Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living LoveStream. We're so happy you joined us today, and we would love for you to share this video, this post, this LoveStream that we're offering up, because we have a lot of love to share. We have a lot of laughter to share today, too. It's going to be really, really fun. We have some amazing special guests. We've got Reverend Dr. Melissa Phillippe and Reverend Z. Egloff. And they are both our musicians and our guest speakers for today. So sit back and enjoy while they warm us up a little bit. We get a little taste of what they have to offer us. So take it away, Reverend Melissa and Reverend Z.
No matter where your journey's starting from, there is a voice calling you.
True story. When Harriet Tubman first escaped from slavery, she heard a voice that said, "I want you to help free others." You know what Harriet Tubman said to that voice? She said, "No." She said, "Not me." She said, "I can't. I can't." But the voice wouldn't let up. It wouldn't let her be. "I want you to help free others. I want you to help free others." Finally, Harriet Tubman, the woman who would be known as Moses, said yes. Yes. Walk by faith, not by sight. Moses walked in the middle of the night, step by step. She followed a voice. She couldn't shut it off. She didn't have a choice. It told her when to move. It told her when to wait. She was walking in its footsteps. She was walking in its grace. It wasn't just her people Moses led through the night. It was anyone who's ever walked by faith and not by sight.
You gotta walk by faith, not by sight. Listen every step of the way. Walk on into the night. Let that northern star be your guiding light.
True story. Harriet Tubman, with the help of the Union Army, once freed 750 slaves in one day. Can you imagine? 750 people. She liberated an entire plantation. The voice of spirit doesn't mess around. When you listen to that voice, you are never the same. When you listen to that voice, you are free. And it doesn't stop there. You take others with you. The 750 are still alive today. They're your sisters and your brothers in struggle and in pain. They're your doubts and your fears when you say, "I can't," but you can. And you will. When you walk by faith, not by sight. Moses walked in the middle of the night, step by step. She followed a voice. She couldn't shut it off. She didn't have a choice. It told her when to move. It told her when to wait. She was walking in its footsteps. She was walking in its grace. It wasn't just her people Moses led through the night. It was anyone who's ever walked by faith and not by sight.
You gotta walk by faith, not by sight. Listening every step of the way. Walk on into the night. Let that northern star be your guiding light. No matter where your journey's starting from, there is a voice calling you, taking you home. You've gotta
Walk by faith, not by sight. Moses walked in the middle of the night, step by step. She followed a voice. She couldn't shut it off. She didn't have a choice. It told her when to move. It told told her when to wait. She was walking in its footsteps. She was walking in its grace. It wasn't just the people Moses led through the night. It was anyone who's ever walked by faith and not by sight.
Walk on into the night. Let that northern star be your guide.
It wasn't just her people Moses led through the night. It was anyone who's ever walked by faith and not by sight.
Woo! Yes. All right. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Love, love. You're getting lots of beautiful comments over here. We love you, Melissa and Z. Reverend Melissa and Reverend Z. Woo! Jim Peterson says, okay, you got me.
That was our intention, was to get him. Yeah.
Yes, and it worked. So we can,
Our work here is
be done. Yes. Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living, where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of changing your entire life by changing your mind. This service has been designed especially for you. Welcome home to virtual land. And we have an affirmation that I will read, and I invite you to please repeat after me. Today, I remember who I am.
Today, I
Remember who I am.
I am a soul with a body.
I am
a soul with a body.
This soul wants to shine its light through me and as me.
This
This
soul
soul wants to shine its light through me and as me.
I let it be.
I
I let it be.
And so it is.
And
So
so
it
it is.
Yes. All right. And so now I would like to give a brief intro to these two beautiful souls, and then Travis is going to also share a little bit. I just wanted to share how much love I have for Melissa and Z, Reverend Dr. Melissa Phillippe and Reverend Z Egloff. We went to ministerial school together in at the Santa Rosa campus. Seems like a lifetime ago. And we've been growing and been colleagues and friends ever since. And they were actually the musicians at Center for Spiritual Living Santa Rosa when I did the talk there last January in 2019. And so that was cool. And it seems like they're always at these big events of my life. And so here they are, and they will say that they kind of do first experiences with me. So it's pretty fun. So I'm very grateful to have these two beautiful spirits here. And I want to also put out there in this moment, talk about pronouns. And so Melissa's pronouns are she and her, and Z's pronouns are they and them. And so we will be respectful and do our best, and we honor you and love you so much. And I'm so glad you're here. Travis, what do you have to say?
All right. Right. All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Travis Hogue. I'm the music director for the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living. And Reverend, well, let me just mention this short little bio that I would like to read. Reverend Z Egloff is a cartoonist, spoken word artist, and award-winning author of the spiritual humor blog, Life in Z through D, a goofball's guide to enlightenment. Their wife, Reverend Dr. Melissa Phillippe, is a singer-songwriter and teacher with 9 albums of original music in release. Melissa and Z are the founders of OhMyGod Life, an online and traveling ministry. Their mission is to bring radical joy to the world. Yeah, it is my great good pleasure to introduce to you Melissa and Z. Thank you.
Awesome. And thank you. I forgot to mention, I'm Reverend Elizabeth Raleigh, and I'm the spiritual director for the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living. Y'all know me. So let's give it up for these two amazing souls. They're doing the talk and the music today. Woo!
So this is a 2-part round. You can do it however you want, whichever part you want to sing, whenever you want to sing it. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am.
That was amazing. That's my favorite song. Oh my God.
Yay.
Oh my God, life. All right. With that, I will say good morning, CSL. I will now read our mission statement. With everything we do, we aim to raise the vibe. We teach innovative spiritual practices and principles that inspire deeper love of self and others, transformation, a closer relationship with God, freedom from suffering, expansive joy, prosperity, and healing of the body, mind, and spirit. We are a conscious group of positive, inspired, spiritually motivated individuals transforming lives. We just happen to have a spiritual center. Want to check us out?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Please join us for coffee and conversation at 11 a.m.-ish via Zoom. Gina will provide the link in the comment section here, and you can also find it on our center's webpage in the coffee and conversation event. Next, we build our immunity in spiritual community. Remember to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 p.m. via Zoom for our spiritual connection call. You can find the link on our Facebook page under events. And check out Date Night with God this Wednesday with Reverend Elizabeth and myself on Facebook Live. That's at 6:30 for 30 minutes of prayer, meditation, and music. It's always fun. Next Sunday, May 24th, we have another special service planned for you with the amazingly talented musician Eddie Watkins Jr. Woohoo! You don't want to miss this. And he's going to be playing remotely, and he's fantastic. Also, next Sunday, May 24th, after the service at 11:30 a.m., join us on our Zoom call to offer love and blessings to our dear Cliff and Maria as they embark on their journey to Colorado and Oregon. We love you, Cliff and Maria. We love you. We're looking forward to honoring you on this Zoom call. And lastly, if you're able, please remember to continue to donate to our center during this unique time. Our operations are fully supported by your generosity, and we're looking forward to gathering at our physical center in the future. You can donate here on the Facebook Live with the donate button. Gina will provide the PayPal link to donate in the comment section. If you feel called, please consider donating with those two methods, or you can also send a check to our center in Templeton, and that address is also on our webpage. You can visit our landing page on our webpage to click the donate link there too. Thank you for your consideration. We love you. We bless you. We miss you. We're so grateful for the technology that allows us to love stream to you via Facebook Live and on our brand new YouTube channel. Speaking of YouTube channel, if you feel called to want to subscribe to that channel, then you can get notifications when we do live streams. So we bless the technology platforms, and we send our love and appreciation to all of the IT support services and technology platforms that allow this to happen. And with that, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Travis. Woohoo! So I want to remind everyone in this moment that if there's something heavy on your heart for which you would like prayer for, or maybe there's something you're looking to transform in your life, you can email us at info@ccccsl.org, and our ecclesiastical team will pray over these prayer requests for the next week. And today, normally we have Charlie Carlin providing the reading for us, but he's not here today. So please send him love. And I'm going to now turn it over to Gina, who will do the reading for us. Thank you, Gina.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I'll try and do justice to Charlie's great readings. So this is from Charlie, and it is a Science of Mind reading, The Great Work of Our Life. We do not have to make the law work. It is its nature to work in gladness. We should make known our desires, and in confidence we should wait upon the perfect law to manifest through us. It is demonstrated beyond question that there are people who in certain states of consciousness are able to see without physical eyes, hear without the physical ear, and communicate without the tongue. Indeed, every faculty of the senses has been duplicated in the mind. The world needs spiritual experience as it needs bread and butter. Mankind needs spiritual conviction as mankind needs food and water, and with spiritual conviction comes all else. The universe holds nothing against us. No matter how many mistakes we have made, we are still perfect beings within, and within becomes the without. If we will carefully train ourselves to listen to the inner voice of truth, which speaks to us in our moments of quietness and solitude. Listen carefully, as hearing is a divine idea in mind, and all divine ideas are perfect. Often called the small voice within, if one listens carefully, and one can hear and enjoy this wisdom. And so it is.
And so it is. Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. All right, so let's take that inward and into prayer. So join me in turning your attention inward and just returning to that beautiful, expansive space within, which is the space where I absolutely know that God is all that there is. It's all that there ever was and all that there ever will be. And I'm so grateful in this moment to recognize the truth of my life, which is that God has birthed me into existence, that it is in me, as me, and through me, not like jelly is in a donut, but it's in me like I am made of the same stuff. And I know that this is true for me and each and every individual here. And so I give thanks on this magnificent day for remembering this truth. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am, and I walk by faith and not by sight. What a gift that is. I'm so grateful for this service. I'm so grateful to be broadcasting to you here live from San Luis Obispo with my beloved fiance Travis, and while Gina DiGirolamo is in Paso Robles, and Melissa, Reverend Dr. Melissa and Reverend Z are in Santa Rosa. It's so magnificent that we get to all come together and collaborate to bring this beautiful, magnificent service. So I'm grateful in this moment for the unfoldment of the greater yet to be for us on this wonderful Sunday morning. Wow. I'm ready to have my hair blown back, and I know each individual is too, and it's happening already. And so I give thanks for the elevation, raising of the vibration, and the radical joy that we experience and take into our week. What a gift this day is. Thank you, Spirit. I know we are blessed and everything is exactly as it should be. And I release this prayer, taking my hands off of it, knowing it is done. And so it is.
And so it is.
Yes.
Amen. Amen. All righty. Well, it's really funny. We're going to be talking about this guy today, and he apparently wanted to make his. He likes whenever he knows we're doing something fun, he comes. So here he is. We're going to be discussing him more in depth later, but apparently he wants to hang out with us right now.
He'll leave in a second.
All right.
He doesn't like.
And what's his name?
Oh, this is Max.
Max. Meow.
Yes. All right. We're about to make a lot of noise, so he's probably about to leave. We're going to do something fun for you right now. We're going to teach you a song that's got a spoken word chorus and a sung chorus, and I'm going to teach you some moves to do. All right. So check it out. It's going to be an echo, and you're going to repeat after me. So it's like this. I'm going to clarify, magnify, and then I'm gonna occupy. I put my hands down on my legs. Occupy. I say occupy. There goes Max. Occupy, and you say occupy your faith. And then we're gonna glorify, testify. That's what I was. Yeah, I was like, I know we're gonna see them. Yeah, and then fortify your faith. So that's the spoken word chorus, and I invite you all to do it and do the moves and everything with me. And then
you can't get it wrong.
And you can't get it wrong. Don't worry about it.
Just you at
and
your
you,
house.
yeah, and you're not going to look as silly as me. So you probably not. I mean, if you are, more power to you. So, and then there's also a sung chorus.
There is, and you're gonna do it together with me during the song. But to teach it to you, I'm gonna have you echo, and of course I can't hear you, so I'm gonna trust that you're singing. Come on now, singing is so good for everything. Lots of stats on that, but we won't go into that. Okay, so you sing fortify. Oh, good.
You can hear that.
Fortify. No, sing. Yeah. Fortify your faith.
Fortify your faith.
Fortify.
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 Fortify your faith.
Fortify your faith.
That's
all right.
it.
Okay. That's it.
Okay,
yeah.
You ready?
I think we're ready. Is everybody ready? You're not. Yeah.
Elizabeth,
we're all as ready as we can be. Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Fortify, fortify, fortify your faith. Fortify, fortify, fortify your faith.
When I was a child, a little bitty baby child, I didn't believe in nothing. Faith is for suckers, I told myself. People who are weak, people who need help. But all around me, everyone would say, you gotta believe, you gotta pray. Believing in nothing ain't no way. Here's what you gotta do every day. You gotta clarify, magnify, occupy your faith. And then you gotta glorify, testify, fortify your faith.
Oh, you got to fortify your faith. Oh, you got to fortify your faith. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, time went on and I grew up. I started to question. I said, what's up with my life, the world, the universe, and how things work? Why am I here? Tell me now, what's my worth? I started to notice synchronicities and a power beyond what I could see. Next thing I knew, I heard Spirit say, Here's what you gotta do. Each and every day you gotta clarify, magnify, occupy your faith. And then you gotta glorify, testify, fortify your faith.
Yeah, you got to fortify your faith. Oh, you got to fortify your faith. You can do it. Make it stronger. Come on, pay attention. There's no need to wait. Fortify your faith.
Now I know. Now I see that faith is so much bigger than me. It starts in the heart and grows and grows. Where it stops, God only knows. So if you're down, if you're blue, remember the Spirit is bigger than you. Let it hold you, take you, shape you. And here is all you have to do. You gotta clarify, magnify, occupy your faith. And then you gotta glorify, testify, fortify your faith. Oh yeah, you gotta clarify, magnify, occupy your faith. And then you gotta glorify, testify, fortify your faith.
You got to fortify your faith. Oh, you got to fortify your faith. Oh,
Fortify your faith. There you go.
Woo, all right. Magnificent.
All righty. That was really fun to get to see y'all. So I want to thank Reverend Elizabeth and Travis and Gina for hosting us today. This is really awesome. As Reverend Elizabeth mentioned, when we were first graduating from ministerial school, her center at the time was one of the first ones that welcomed us there. So, and this is actually our very first live stream Sunday service. We've done concerts and some other evening things, but this is our very first Talking Music Sunday service. This is launching us into a whole bunch of them. And it's only appropriate that we start here with Reverend Elizabeth and y'all. So we're very, very grateful to be here. The great work of your life. We love this topic. The very first song we started with, the Harriet Tubman song, was inspired by a book called The Great Work of Your Life. Yeah. And for us, the great work of our lives is building a connection with Spirit. Building a connection with that energy that is bigger than we are. One of the names for this relationship is the I-thou relationship. The I-thou relationship. And so we want to talk in more detail today about that, about building the I-thou relationship as the great work of your life. What does that look like? How do we do it? What are some obstacles? Just all that can come up. And one thing I want to say is a lot of us, when we were growing up, we were encouraged to have a relationship with God. But the God, at least for me, when I was growing up, was a white male, senior citizen in the sky who occasionally went off his meds. Right? And then we were supposed to build a relationship with that guy? Like, not so much, right? But we know when we come into places like this, that it's that energy that we're building a relationship with is an energy in and through us and all creation that is more loving, more powerful, more sweet, more intelligent than anything we could even begin to imagine. That's what we're building a relationship with. And that we think is pretty cool. So Melissa's going to get us started. And I'm going to disappear into a portal into another dimension because that's what it looks like when I leave the screen. So I'll see you in a minute. Bye.
Let us know how it is out there, baby. We need some sound effect for that, I think. So when I was a little kid, we went to church every single Sunday. I used to actually think it was because my mom wanted to dress us up, show us off. But we went every single Sunday. And the God that I was hearing about was this God that you just heard Z describe. I love that description. Uh, and, that's the only one I heard about. The one that was outside of me and was kind of randomly mean. In the 6th grade, I started going to school at that very church. So here I am, 6 days a week, I'm there, right? And 5 of those days, we start every morning in the chapel. So now I'm spending all this time, Monday through Friday and Sunday, at the church. And I kept hearing more. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, it's like 6th, 7th grade when I started thinking for myself in a different way. And I started listening to what they were saying and thinking about what I was being taught, what was being said to me. And it didn't line up for me. It really confused me. It upset me because what I was hearing was there is this one all powerful, loving, unconditionally loving God. And then I was also hearing that my best friend, Donna Abrahams, who is Jewish, was going to be going to hell because she was Jewish. What? Like it totally didn't work for me. These two things, they didn't line up. And what I realize looking back now is what happened for me, what I did with that was I got enraged. I mean, I I think a lot of my feelings back then translated it through rage, like before I noticed I had any feeling, it was rage first. So but I'll never really know how much of that rage from that confusion and conflict in me about God was what led me to become a drug addict at the age of 13. So, what I did with all that was I turned away from spirituality, from spirit, from every idea or concept of anything like that. I just turned away entirely from relating to spirit at all. Fast forward 30 years ago, last July 31st, I had 30 years of sobriety, clean and sober. Yay! Yay! And like many of us who found sobriety, I soon thereafter found this philosophy and New Thought and Centers for Spiritual Living and started attending and hearing about God in a different way. I started hearing about God as everything, spirit as all love, all power, all presence, energy that exists before and through everything, including me. So I started hearing about spirit as everywhere, this all powerful. And since that's true that it's everywhere, all powerful, it must be true that's what I am. That's what I am. That's the very essence of my being. It's what I'm made of. So this really worked for me to hear about God this way, and I was liking it. It was working. And I still wasn't hearing about God as anything I could relate to or talk to like that. It was more like the it. It wasn't the I thou. That's a referral to that relating to God, right? Having conversation and like that. I've since then learned that there are in spiritual philosophy, there's 3 faces of God. They talk about the 3 faces of God. Face, not phase, but face 1 is the allness, the all powerful, all present, all the time spirit that I had first come to CSL and heard about. The loving, all present. And then there's face 2, the second face of God, which is God as I. So if spirit is everything, then it must just logic has to have it end up that then that spirit is me. Spirit is the body and the soul and the essence and everything that is that I think of as me. And then there's a third face of God, which is the God that is you. God that is a God we can relate to, communicate with, have conversation and communion with this God. And the beautiful thing about this is that when there's all 3, still when we're talking to spirit, it's still everywhere else and within. All of that is true. And that's one of the things that I love about spirituality, is that there's this both and that alone for me is something that I meditate on and love what it does in my brain. It just sort of blows all the circuits. But so what I love about this version of spirit is it's three-dimensional. It's the all, the I, and the you of spirit. So how that came to be for me is that after many years of kicking and screaming and saying no to the call that I was hearing to go to ministerial school and become a minister, I said yes. So that was about 10 years ago now, actually probably 12 years ago now. And so in school, I was in school with Z. Z and I did school together with Elizabeth as well. And one of the classes that we took was a class during which we had this guided meditation. And in this guided meditation, we had an experience where we hung out with spirit. We got to hang out, we got to have a conversation. And part of that conversation was that we were invited to ask spirit to tell us what our perfect name is that we should call it, our individual perfect name for spirit. And to be with spirit in this beautiful way. And I have to say, it blew my mind. Until that time, I wasn't really in the I thou. I was in the God as phase 1 and phase 2. The God is everywhere, God is me, but I wasn't back in that relating until that meditation. It really changed me. And the next morning, and I heard the name really loud and clear, came the all. So my name for spirit is the all. The next morning, I went for a walk, and when I walk, I do my 5-step prayer treatment. And I started treatment that day differently. Instead of saying, Spirit is all there is, I said, Good morning, the all. I know you are all that is. And it just shifted things for me very deeply and very powerfully. It's like I felt it in my body in a different way, because here I was now having a relationship, a communication with this aspect of the divine. Only, unlike the God of my childhood, this was that version of the all that is, all and me, and I can relate to, but it's unconditionally loving. Oh, like really, like that changes everything. It made it beautiful. So after a while of this deepening and this walk with spirit that I was having, I started to feel kind of overburdened, if you will, by the name the all. So I was in prayer and communication. Every time I would turn to spirit, I would say the all, and it just started to feel like a lot to say. And so one morning I was walking and I heard this like inspiration, like, well, maybe I could shorten the name. And so I thought, well, I don't know, like if that's blasphemous. So I asked Ta. I asked the all. So I'm hearing that maybe I could maybe call you by Ta, because that's the first 2 letters of the and all, right? So I put them together. That's Ta. That's what came to me. And I asked, like, is that okay? Or is that blasphemous? Is that bad? And I heard this, like, I now and then I hear these voices, right? Loud, booming, like entertained answer. I do not care what you call me. And I got to thinking about that after, like, when we have a more intimate relationship with someone, we start to have nicknames for them. Z and I always call each other baby. And when Z calls me by Melissa, I know I'm in trouble, right? So, yeah. So around our house, we joke that, Reverend Baby and Reverend Doctor Baby. Yeah. So, but the intimacy, one of the natural things is to have those nicknames, right? So how do we develop intimacy? It's the same really in every relationship. It's with time and communication. Communication that is two-way communication. So we talk and we listen and we just be together, right? So that's what I was watching happening for me. I was spending time in relationship, in that aspect of that I, thou, third face of God, time and communication. And over time, and of course, in communication with both ways, that's, I'm talking to spirit in prayer and I'm listening in meditation. And sometimes in meditation, I'm just sitting and hanging out with spirit, which is kind of my favorite, my yummiest way. So, one of the things we wanted to share with you this morning is ways to cultivate and create deeper intimacy, to really deepen the walk with spirit. Of course, first of all, like with anything, we have to set an intention. So I love that you're watching this today, because the very fact that you're seeing this in this moment, whenever this moment may be, whether it's real time or later, it's because you were called to hear this. And that is an invitation for you to set an intention to deepen your walk. As we set an intention to deepen our walk with spirit, it's gonna happen, because that's what intention does. And then we can ask spirit, what is your name that you would have me call you? What's the best name for me to call you? And then over time, there might be a nickname for that name, whatever, maybe, maybe not. And then my favorite, which we didn't start doing until not that long ago, but it changed everything for me, which is that one of the prayers, really the main prayer that I do pray other prayers, but the main central prayer that I pray, and if I only have time for one, it's the one, and that is, Spirit, deepen my walk with you. Deepen my walk with you. Let me hear you more. Let me feel you, see you. Deepen my walk. That is my longing. That is what I'm asking for. And the beauty of that prayer is that, as spiritual beings, we tend to pray for things, right? We pray for things, and we pray for a lot of things, but I was praying for a lot of things for a lot of years and never considering praying for a deeper walk, a deeper connection. But the beauty of that deeper connection is then my intuition is deeper. The guidance I hear of what to say and what to do in any moment that is mine to say or do, or not say and not do, I hear more clearly. Plus, I'm just happier all along the way, because communing with spirit is just a good thing. So, in order to talk more about that intimacy and deepening our walk with spirit and some of the goodies that come from that, I give you my wife, Reverend Baby.
Thank you, Melissa. I love the I-thou relationship. I love that the great work of my life is building the I-thou relationship. There's so many different things. Melissa touched on some of them. Having a deeper connection with my intuition is so powerful in so many ways. And like Melissa mentioned, it's everything good comes from that, building that relationship. I especially love getting downloads from spirit, right? I call them, like when I get messages from spirit, I often get them in the form of metaphor in terms of stories. It's very biblical. So I want to share with you, because when Melissa and I were graduating from ministerial school, I got a particular download about our ministry that changed our life forever. And in order to make sense of this, I have to tell you a story about a cat. I told you the cat was going to come in. So this was decades ago. This was a couple decades ago. I was coming out of a bad breakup relationship. I was really devastated. It was a hard time. And I decided that what I needed to help me would be to get a kitty cat. I didn't have any pets at the time. I thought I need to get a kitty cat. Now, every other cat I'd ever had as a pet before that had just come to me, as you know how cats do, right? Showed up at my door or my place of work. Both of those have happened. Or a friend said, hey, I got an animal that needs a home. Can you please take them? Right? Like that. Well, this wasn't happening. I kept saying, Spirit, bring me my kitty, bring me my kitty. And not happening. So I decided I needed to take it in my own hands and get myself a cat. I went to a local pet shelter and they had a whole room full of cats. I don't know how the cats put up with that, quite frankly, I guess because they had to, because it was a whole bunch of cats all together in one room. I go and I look around and I find this kitty. Oh, she was so cute and sweet. And I pick her up and she's just a little love bunny. And I asked, hey, can I take this cat? They said, no, that cat's already taken, already accounted for. But here's another kitty who looks just like that. So I go over to kitty number 2 and I pick up the kitty and I'm petting her and for about 30 seconds and then she bites me. So I put her down and I said, I'll take her. I don't know what I was thinking. I really wanted a cat and I wanted a cat now. So I said, I'll take her. Well, it wasn't that easy. There was all these hoops you had to jump through. One of which was they had to call 2 references and they actually had to have phone conversations with 2 references that I would be an okay pet person, what do they call it? A pet staff. Yeah, pet owners, but cats have staff. So yeah, so that, and then also I had to basically sign my name in blood that I would never return this cat to them or give the cat away to anyone else. Like this, my cat for life sign. It was an awful lot to go through. Never had to go through so much just to get a cat. But again, I wanted my cat, so I did it. Take the cat home. I name her Lucy. 1 week later, a friend of mine calls and says, hey, I know you were looking for a cat. I found the perfect cat for you. I said, great. Well, I had to go look because perfect cat. I mean, come on. I go to this pet store and there's this little orange male kitty. I love orange male kitties. Perfect little guy. So sweet and cuddly. Didn't bite me. Super easy to adopt. So I said, okay, I'll do it. I'm gonna get him too. Bring him home. Name him Max. So there's only one problem. Max and Lucy do not get along. Not at all. They hate each other. I'm in a small place at the time. They're driving me crazy. The vet that I take them to says that tortoiseshells, Lucy is a tortoiseshell. She says, tortoiseshells actually sometimes, like in this case, I think, make better only children. So it broke my heart. But I had to give Max away because I couldn't return Lucy. I'd signed my name in blood, right? I wasn't allowed to return her. So broke my heart, gave Max away. Now it's me and Lucy. Things went pretty well, but lo and behold, she had a tendency to bite unexpectedly. It was actually kind of scary. Even, cats, you can usually learn the signs. No, sometimes she would just all of a sudden bite me. A friend of mine said that Lucy kind of looked like she'd spent time in the pokey. Like she was a tough cat. She was tough. I loved her, but it's kind of difficult. Fast forward 13 years later, Melissa and I are about to graduate from ministerial school, and I get a download from Spirit because I'm doing the great work of my life, cultivating my I-thou relationship, and I get this download from Spirit that says, you too are about to embark on ministry. You can approach your ministry one of 2 ways. The first way is to make it happen, to go out and make it happen on your timing with your plan, kind of like you did when you got Lucy, right? So I don't know if you can hear in the background, but our kitty is meowing throughout this talk. He's very excited that we're talking about cats today. So yeah, the first version of how we can do this is to make it happen on our timing, like I did with Lucy. And in that case, it's going to be pretty good, like with Lucy, but it's going to also kind of bite from time to time. The second approach to ministry would be how I did every other cat before Lucy, that it was on Spirit's timing. And in that case, like with the kitties, it's going to go way, way better. Now, before I got this download in the form of this little cat metaphor from Spirit, I had never put that together. I had never thought about the fact that Lucy was the one cat that I made it happen on my timing, and it was also the most difficult cat I ever had, right? Yeah. And then a few months after I get this download, Lucy died. Suddenly and unexpectedly. She was 13 at the time. We thought she had more time left. All of a sudden, like literally, we hear her having a seizure, and a minute later, she's gone. It was very much in Lucy's style, sudden, unexpected change. We found out from the vet she had a heart issue. There's nothing we could have done. So here we are, about to start our ministry, and we've been given very specific guidance from Spirit about what to do. Now, the whole don't push it, don't do your timing, we knew what that meant, right? That's how it is when you get a download, right? We understood that meant Melissa and I are creatives. We're not going to stop creating. We're still going to be at home and making music and art and writing and all that. But not pushing meant not making it happen out in the world. Did we listen to Spirit? We were new to ministry. We were kind of anxious about how it was all going to work, especially the financial piece. So we made some calls. And by we, I mean Melissa. Melissa made some calls, called, got on the phone, called some centers. Hi, this is Melissa Phillippe. I'm a singer. Yeah, you remember me? Hi, great to talk to you again. Hi, yeah. Well, I just wanted to let you know I'm a minister now. Thank you. Yep. And I'm doing ministry with my wife. I know, it surprised me too. Yeah, a wife. I have a wife. My wife's name is Z. Just the letter Z. I know it's a little different. Yeah. Z and I are doing ministry together. Yes, they are a minister too. Oh, they. Yeah. Z's pronoun is they. There's just one Z, but their pronoun is they. Z identifies as gender rich. Whole lot of gender going on. Yeah. So they use singular they as a pronoun. Right. Yeah. Also. Kind of different. Anyway, I wanted to tell you about our ministry and what we're doing. We're going around, we're doing talk and music, and with music, we're doing something a little different. I am a singer, as you know, and Z now has joined me with my singing. Z does spoken word. Hello? Hello? Yeah, it didn't go very well when we tried to advocate for ourselves and push it and make it happen. So finally, after about a year of doing that and it actually not even working always that well, we said, hey, we're ministers. Perhaps we should surrender to Spirit. So that's what we did finally. Yes. And wouldn't you know it, what started to happen was that word of mouth started to grow. And we started to get invitations to do things, including some things we thought we didn't like. We had decided, we don't do retreats. We don't do workshops. We got invitations to do retreats and workshops. We're following Spirit. We did them, and it turns out, we actually love doing this. Not only that, we watched the way all these organic things came together in this miraculous way in terms of we're doing stuff online. It supports the out in the world. The out in the world supports online. We would go places and people would say, wow, your whole business plan, marketing person, this is just amazing the way it all fits together. And we go, I know, right? Spirit is so much smarter than we are. We had nothing to do with this. Yeah. So that was incredible. Also, because we really didn't know what was happening and there was a lot of unknown, they talk about sometimes following Spirit as you're just following the headlights. You can only see as far as the headlights in front of you. This was extra foggy, and we could only see maybe an inch in front of us. So we really had to deepen our connection with Spirit to really trust and have faith. And this continues to this day, by the way, right? And the more we do it, the more our faith grows and builds, and it's incredible. At one point in all this growing and building and incredible stuff, Melissa's out shopping and she runs into a friend of ours who says, hey, do you guys any by chance need a cat? And Melissa said, well, matter of fact, yeah. So our friend says, yeah, I have this cat. He's living under my house. He's a great guy, but he doesn't get along with other cats. So he needs someone who has no cats or animals at all. What do you think? Melissa said, well, send me a picture. I was in Ohio at the time visiting my parents. And Melissa sends me this picture. And I said, I think that's our cat. And Melissa said, I know. And I get a download from Spirit that night. And it says, this cat's name is Max. To which I argued with Spirit, because as you've learned, Melissa and I like to argue with Spirit sometimes. I said, that cat can't be named Max. We already had a cat. I already had a cat named Max. Next day I called Melissa. Melissa said, this is going to sound crazy, but I'm getting that the cat's name is Max. So Max came home to live with us. Not surprisingly, so you met him earlier, and maybe you're hearing him crying nonstop throughout this talk because he's saying, it's about me. Yeah. So Max came home to live with us, and not surprisingly, he is the best cat I have ever had. He's amazing. Melissa's actually more of a dog person, but she loves Max because Max is sort of a dog in a cat's body. Yeah. He's incredible. And one of the things about Max that I didn't get until I put this talk together was why his name is Max. Because that first Max that I had was the more surrendered version, right? Lucy, I made happen. Max was easier, more surrendered. A friend just told me about him, but I had to give him back. But it's never too late to surrender to spirit. And that was the message of the second Max. It's never too late to surrender to spirit. Now, we have a picture. I know you've gotten to see him a little bit, but we also have a picture of our guy Max to show you. There he is. There's our little boy. We call him our little rubber-nosed prince. He has us wrapped around his little paw. So he's now the mascot for our ministry, right? He is a living representation of the I-thou relationship and surrendering to spirit and following spirit. And whenever we want to argue with spirit, which, like I said, still happens, whenever we get scared, can I trust? Is this okay? We just look in those little eyes. We just look at that little face. And it reminds us it's okay to trust that when we follow spirit, things come together in ways we never, ever could have done on our own. Spirit is so much smarter than we are, right? So much more amazing. And when we do that, our life becomes more amazing than we would ever imagine. And it doesn't bite. So please repeat after me. Spirit is so much smarter than I am.
Spirit is so much smarter than I am.
And it is never too late to surrender to spirit.
It is never too late to surrender to spirit.
Let us pray.
Spirit, deepen my walk with you. Let me hear you. Let me feel you. Oh, Spirit, deepen my walk with you.
Sweet Spirit, you are all that is. You are the energy in and through all of creation. And as this is true, so you are in me, so you are in Melissa, so you are in everyone listening to this Sunday morning service, and everyone in the entire universe beyond what we can even comprehend. You are all that is, you are me, and you are an energy, an essence that I can have a relationship with, that I can be guided by. And so I speak a word in this moment for all of us that we have a deepened connection with the divine. That this connection, this relationship is one that grows deeper every day, more loving every day, more powerful. I claim and affirm for each and every one of us a deepened connection with our intuition, a deeper commitment to building this connection with spirit, however that may come, whatever that may look like. I am grateful that as each of us deepens our walk with the divine, the world is blessed because the world needs spiritual energy. And as we each grow this energy, this connection with spirit, we become beacons, lights for others. We can find the other like-minded souls by our light. And we are truly healing the planet. Spirit as us is healing, loving, divinely guiding the entire planet. And I am grateful. I am grateful for this day. I'm grateful for this walk. I'm grateful for you. sweet Spirit.
Let me hear you. Let me feel you. Oh, Spirit. Deepen, deepen my walk with you.
And as we release this prayer to you, Spirit, we anchor it by saying, Amen,
Amen.
Ashe,
Ashe.
and so it is.
And so it is.
As Melissa and I were deepening this connection with Spirit, we wrote a song about it that we want to share with you. It's got a spoken word chorus, so I invite you to say it with me if you'd like. It's like a prayer. I feel your peace and your presence and your power, my God. Say that with me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power, God. And the second line is, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence in me. Beautiful. All right. It started out small, something less than a touch. I didn't even know it was you. God was unreliable, a crazy man, righteous, someone I should love and fear? What kind of sense is that? It started out small, something less than a touch. I didn't even know it was you. When I stumbled upon your power, I lost what I was taught. The crazy and the righteous enfolded in a love so vast it stretched the very definition of the word. Love. Together. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. Again, I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me.
I surrender. I surrender to your love. I surrender. I surrender to your love.
You are not outside of me, and yet you are. It makes no sense, but then it does, for you are here wherever here may be. I speak to you. You speak to me. The voice is mine and not mine, landing in the space between where you and I vanish and begin stretching the very definition of the word me. You. Together. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me.
I surrender. I surrender to your love. I surrender. I surrender to your love.
Together, I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me.
I surrender.
I feel your peace and your presence and your power.
Wow. Woo! Oh my goodness. So much love for you. Wow. Thank you. Studio audience of 1 here. Woo! Oh, 2.
Hey, you just doubled.
Wow.
Yes. And there's been so much love coming through our LoveStream comments for you here. Oh my goodness. What an outstanding talk. I just love you both so much. And I can't wait for you two to come to our center in person.
We can't wait either. Yeah.
We look forward to
Very,
that
very grateful
much.
for you having us today. We're really wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much.
really
You're amazing. Both of you amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
The message and the stories. Oh, so good. So good. So I want to remind everyone that if you want to find out more about these two, you can go to ohmygodlife.com. And also, I believe there's a book. Can
Yep.
they get the book
Yep.
there?
Yes.
Everyday Joy.
We have a book called Everyday Joy. So if you go to ohmygodlife.com, we have all kinds of things going on. So you can see a lot of our videos there. You can see our book, CDs, all kinds of stuff. But we have a book, one book so far. It's called Everyday Joy, and it's got a daily affirmation. I'm a cartoonist, so it's got a daily little meme, a little cartoon, as well as a inspirational message from Melissa and I, and then a daily affirmation. So Melissa is Vanna White. She's going to show us an actual copy of the book. Yes.
Cool.
And we also always want to do a shout out. If you go to our website, you can get on our mailing list. And if you do, here's the book. Yep.
Yeah. So Z draws these cartoons. So there's a cartoon meme for each day, and then a little message that, like a little paragraph and an affirmation for every day of the year.
Yeah.
Including leap year, even.
I added leap year, yeah. And we always like
Nice.
we love to get connected with people. So if you go to our website, ohmygodlife.com, right on the right on the front page there, you can hop onto our mailing list. We just need your first name and your email address and hopefully your birthday. Because what we do is we send 2 free inspirational videos every month. We send a prayer weave, which is kind of like what we did at the end of the service, where we've got a contemplative music and message free prayer weave every month on a different subject. And then we also have a little kind of up tempo, we call them joy jams, little inspirational. We now have a green screen, so let's just say we are having fun with our green screen. And Melissa is a master video editor. And then on your birthday, what happens on their birthday, Melissa?
Oh my God! So this is the most fun thing
that we
think
do.
It's the most fun thing.
It's true.
As a 7,
on the Enneagram,
we're like fun birthdays, woo! So on your birthday, every year we write and record a new birthday message from video, and we send you a video that you get on the morning of your birthday. It goes out, I think, at 12:01 a.m.
Yeah, midnight.
So then it will be like the first thing you get in your inbox.
The people who are insomniacs, sometimes we get, because we get a lot of, emails back from people, thank you. And so sometimes they're at, 12:05. So those people who are awake late, they get it first thing.
Yeah. So, we love having people on our mailing list so we can send out the birthday thing.
Yeah. So that's a fun way to stay in touch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Super fun. I remember the first time I received that. It's like Melissa Phillippe singing to me.
Yeah.
It's so awesome. And there's also a spiritual blog that Z writes, Life in ZD. It was previously, I guess it's Life in ZMD.
It's Life in ZD. I realize I have to take out that dash because people think Z to D. It's just ZD like 3D. And actually, there's now Dear Melly. Melissa's got a blog, Dear Melly, advice for the spiritually inclined. So
yes,
all of that's on our website.
Yeah. So good, you guys. So I encourage anyone who's watching, if you haven't checked them out, you need to do so. And it's just great. There's so much good content. There's refrigerator magnets and books and goodies. Oh my. All right. So it's now time for our gifts, tithes, and offerings. And we have a giving affirmation and the different ways to donate. Gina has them in the comment section, I believe, and there's a donate button right here. So please repeat after me. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift.
From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this
gift.
I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper.
I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper.
It is evidence of my faith and my belief.
It is evidence of my faith and my belief.
It does great work in the world.
It does great work in the world.
And it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And so it is. Wonderful. So thank you, friends. And thank you in advance for your donations. All of your support helps us continue to operate and continue to pay our bills and ensure that we have a center when this shelter at home is over. And so won't you know with me that you are never alone, that God is where you are right now and always, and all that you ever need do is look within. And it is here you will find you are guided, sustained, directed, and inspired by a source that knows only good. Joyously let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, in all that we say, and in all that we do. And please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my pocketbook.
Life is in my pocketbook.
Life is in my relationships.
Life is in my relationships.
I think it.
I think it.
I feel it.
I feel it.
I believe it.
I believe it.
I express it.
I express it.
I accept it.
I accept it.
Just the way that it is.
Just the way that it is.
And just the way that it is not.
And just the way that it is not.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life.
Woohoo! All right. So join us on our Zoom call after this. We would love to see you. And Melissa and Z may have time to join us there. If you would, that'd be great. Come and receive some love from some of the folks who watched today. It's always fun. The Zoom link will be pasted here in the comments. And love you. Thank you again, you two.
Bye, everybody. Blessings to all.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you for joining today. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining in today. Share this video with some friends. You could also share it on YouTube. If you're watching live right now, there is going to be a join up on Zoom. I'm going to post that in the comments right now. And you can head over there for a little bit of intimate conversation with Melissa, Reverend Z, Reverend Elizabeth, Travis. A whole bunch of us are going to be over there, so that should be fun. Meantime, like the page. Also, like I said, if you have friends who are not on Facebook but like to watch YouTube, go to our YouTube channel, Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living, and share videos with them over there. All right. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.